I set myself a challenge at the end of 2023. I wanted to platinum 26 PS3 games, one for each letter of the alphabet. So far we've beaten Assassin's Creed 2, Infamous, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Next up we're tackling the letter T and the game The Force Unleashed 2. Much like its predecessor, The Force Unleashed 2 is a hack and slash adventure game developed by LucasArts and released in 2010. Many critics and fans were divided on the game, but praised its improved gameplay mechanics, best in generation graphics, and varied customization options. The platinum for Force Unleashed 2 is simple and a little bit less challenging than the first game, and is split up into sections. 1. Complete the story and get the good ending. 2. Complete the story and get the bad ending. 3. Complete the game on the hardest difficulty. 4. Find all the collectibles. 5. Complete all the combat challenges. And 6. Clean up any remainder. PSN profiles give the Platinum Trophy difficulty a 4 out of 10 and an estimated time for completion of 25 hours. With that out of the way, let's begin the games. Following the good ending of The Force Unleashed, Starkiller honourably sacrificed himself to save the key members of the rebellion. Vader and his forces are working tirelessly to hunt down these leaders and quell any resistance to their regime in the process. One key element that's aided their goal is the capture of Raam Kota, a key leader in the rebellion, former Jedi mentor to Starkiller, and a prominent figure in the previous game. While searching for the other remaining key members of the rebellion, Vader began scheming a dark plot to undo all the work Starkiller and the rebellion had done so far, and headed to Kamino, a popular planet many of you will recognise from episodes 2 and 3. Vader arrives on the cloning facility and oversees the training of a clone of Starkiller himself.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This acts as the tutorial for the player, and we must attack droids impersonating rebel forces and Juno, all whilst flashes of memories from the original Starkiller blazes across the screen. After succumbing to the reality that the clone is unable to harm Juno, Vader prepares to end its life, but before he could plunge his lightsaber into the back, the clone flees and escapes the facility, diving headfirst out of a nearby window, beginning the first level of the game.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
We, as the player, take control of the clone, free-falling down the Kamina facility, blasting through obstacles, TIE fighters, and everything else in our way until we crash for the ceiling of another building, blasting all the personnel inside away and shattering the glass windows in the process. We must now navigate the Kamino facility, using an array of new abilities and improved lightsaber combat. Devastation followed in our wake, and it wasn't long before we popped our first trophy, Confetti, for destroying 5 enemies whilst launching them into these giant fans. After we make it through the training grounds, we come to a section where we seem trapped, with no hope of being able to reach the landing bay just across the way. But with some ingenuity and thanks to our God Gamer IQ, we launched a number of TIE fighters using the Force at this tower and unlocked the trophy Sky Killer for destroying 15 TIE fighters during this mission and causing the tower to fall and create a makeshift bridge for us. When we reach the landing bay, we are flooded by enemies and it all seems lost. However, we have a new ability on our hands and it's called Fury.
It's over 9,000!
The user becomes invulnerable and deadly for a short period of time. After making quick work of this small army, we jump into his spacecraft and flee Kamino before Vader can stop us, earning us the first story-related trophy, Escape from Kamino. The next level begins. Starkiller is searching for Juno and arrives at Kato Nebidia? I'm probably butchered that. A location many of the fans of the Clone Wars story will recognise. This location is where the Empire have kept Raam Kota since his capture, forcing him to fight ungodly creatures for the amusement of their patrons. As we arrive at the facility, the General Baron Tarko, the Imperial leader occupying and running this facility, becomes hostile, sensing our hesitation. When questioned about why we're here, Tarko orders all Imperial forces to eradicate us, as he knows we're here to save Kota from the imprisonment. Thanks to the level design of this mission, we take the opportunity to play with some of our new Force powers and utilize the mind control ability to throw 10 enemies off the edges to their death, earning us a trophy. Enjoy the trip, see you next fall. Continuing on through this mission, the Empire throws everything at us to prevent us from reaching the arena. Waves of stormtroopers of all varieties do their best to stop us to no avail, and in typical Starkiller fashion, we throw 15 enemies into these force fields, thus triggering the trophy it burns to unlock. The second part of this mission involves us navigating through a gambling sector of the facility, so embracing our inner Hulk,
Smash.
we smash everything we can get our hands on and unlock the trophy, Break the Bank, for destroying 10 slot machines on this level. During this mission we face off against a number of new enemy types, in particular larger droids, that force the player to utilise different abilities to overcome them. Firstly we have the AT-MT, an evolved cousin of the version in the first game. This one fires homing missiles at you and is equipped with a laser cannon that causes massive damage. We must parry the missiles back, and after successfully doing that 20 times, we earn the trophy to the face. After navigating through the maze-like level that is the gambling sector, we locate a tram that will take us to the entertainment district where the arena is located. However, it's not as simple as we first hoped. A number of TIE fighters as well as a military-grade airship is hell-bent on destroying the tram that we're travelling on. After successfully repelling the airship and destroying the TIE fighters, we make it to the entertainment district in epic fashion and are faced with more Imperial enemies. This time some new ones, including the carbonate droid that frees you in place, as well as the jet troopers, or jump troopers as they're known, and the sniper troopers. Each on their own is nothing more than a nuisance, however together they can instantly kill us. Not to worry though, we have the gamer god IQ, so we made it past this section in a breeze and earned the trophy up and away for overloading 20 jump troopers jetpacks, causing them to explode. As we can sense the end level bosses coming, we thought it's best to review our skills and see what XP we have. After fully upgrading our lightsabers, we earn the trophy specialist for fully upgrading one ability. We now must face the end level boss. This time that military grade airship is back and it's got us pinned down on the main bridge leading to the arena. We must dodge its overcharged cannon hiding behind these concrete pillars and then repelling the rockets back at it until we're able to use the force to destroy its engines. When we destroy this ship, we earn the trophy, the Nemesis in Flames. As the next mission begins, we witness this epic cutscene which sets up the boldest boss fight in The Force Unleashed 2. Take a look.
Open the Goro gate. No!
You can sit this one out, General.
By the Force, I knew you were alive.
We'll see how long I stay that way.
This creature, the Gorog, dwarfs any boss we've faced in the first game and is more challenging than you'd expect. The first phase involved us dodging its slamming and swipe attacks until it tires, and then at this point we need to take the opportunity to attack its braces and force them back into the magnetic locks, designed specifically to control and restrain the Gorog. As phase 1 is beaten, we anger the Gorog so much it breaks the restraints and begins scaling the arena in some kind of primal enraging state and chases us as we try to escape. Running out of options, Kota suggests we use the Gorog to destroy the support pillars holding up the arena in place, whilst a number of Imperial forces decide now is the best time to attack us, so we have to juggle that as well. After forcing the Gorog to take out the final pillar, we dive into the observation deck and confront Harko. As the level ends, the Gorog crushes that Imperial scumbag and drags Kota with him and begins free falling into the abyss below. This seems a bit familiar. Time for another epic free-falling section. This time we must dodge incoming debris from the arena, catch up with the Gorog, attack it, and force it to release its grip of Kota before it reaches the ground. That isn't as easy as we'd like to think. During this mission, we actually unlock the trophy fully charged for using a full bar of force power on Force Lightning. After successfully injuring the Gorog enough times to make it release Kota, he summons the Rogue Shadows to catch us before we hit the ground, and we unlock the trophy. Bring down the giant. Back on the Rogue Shadow, once everyone's caught their breath, Starkiller informs Kota that he has no interest in joining the rebellion and only wishes to be reunited with Juno. Kota does not take too kindly to this news, but we drop him off at the nearest spaceport before heading to Dagobah. Many of you Star Wars fans will recognise this iconic location, and here we meet Yoda. Yoda advises us that the answers we seek are inside the cave, and once inside we experience a vision of the future. Juno is attacked on the starship Salvation, and with this information in tow we head back to the Rogue Shadow, pick up Kota in the hope that he knows where we can find this starship. By the way, this is the only time you see Yoda in this game, and it's probably the biggest fumble in Star Wars history. Why have him in this game if you're only going to tease him and not have him in any kind of relevance? Following this, we do get teased another cool cutscene, which I'll show you now.
He has a healthy head start.
Find the woman and bring her to me. He will follow.
I'll need a squadron of stormtroopers. They won't be coming back.
The Empire will provide whatever you require.
They'll do.
Invader enlists the help of legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett to lure Starkiller back to him so he can finally put a rest to this wild goose chase. We catch back up with Kota and the clone, and we're escorted onto the Salvation, and an ominous tension is in the air. Just before they reach the bridge, the ship is attacked, with Imperial forces infiltrating the ship and causing chaos. As we reach the bridge, Juno's gone, although we do see Proxy, a prominent figure from the previous game, who warns us of the impending danger up ahead. Well, that's also the last time we see Proxy in this game, and it's just another fumble they did with this game. Anyway, as we leave the bridge, we order General Kota to start an all-out assault on Kamino. On the way to the hangar bay, we're ambushed by the spider droids. This enemy swarms the player in vast numbers and stuns you by jumping on you, disabling you from doing any attack till you get them off. Luckily for us, a fully charged Force Repulse does the trick, and we unlock the trophy Arachnophobia for defeating 200 of these spider bots. As we navigate through the level, defeating all the spider bots and other terror bots in our way, we spot Juno being carried away by Boba Fett, but before we could confront them and stop their escape, we are ambushed again. This terror droid has insane speed and agility, equipped with large sharp claws and the ability to stun us. I'll admit at first I struggled with this enemy. Their speed makes lightsaber attacks basically impossible. Throwing the lightsaber in a boomerang motion was useless as well, as they were able to dodge it, and when they gang up on you with the spider bots and other stormtroopers, it's a real pain in the ass. After defeating all these enemies and making it to the hangar bay, we see Boba Fett fly off in their ship with Juno in tow. Unfortunately for us, there was no time to chase down Boba Fett and Juno, as we need to destroy what the fuck that is.
Oh, hello there!
After following the path of destruction left in its wake, we locate this gigantic Terror spider droid called a Terror Walker, located in the shield core room. And this is where our next boss fight begins. The strategy here is quite simple. We need to overload the shield's core in order to create an EMP wave that would disrupt the Terror Walker's shield and make it vulnerable to attacks. We must raise these pillars right here to create the implosion, and then we shall be able to defeat it. During this boss fight, you also have to contend with other Terror droids of smaller proportions, causing a nuisance. Anyways, because we're gaming with Gamer God IQs, we bid it first time and jumped on top of the Terror Walker and earned ourselves a special trophy.
Now, this is epic.
We earned the trophy Droid Raid because we used the Terror Walker to damage and destroy all other Terror droids in the area, and then earned the trophy the Exterminator for destroying the Terror Walker by forcing it into the shield core, which causes irreparable damage. As we make it back to the hangar bay, the next mission begins. The full assault on Kamino has started. The task here was simple: repel the Imperial forces that are trying to destroy the Salvation from the inside and prevent enemy damage occurring to the engines or weapon systems. As we make our way to the main auxiliary gun, we earn a couple of trophies, and we earn the trophy Return to Sender for using the Force to send back a missile to this AT-MT. After wiping out most of the Imperial forces, we witness the main gun take a direct hit from the Star Destroyer, forcing the main gun offline. Kota warns us that without the gun operational, we will lose this fight very quickly. So using our Gamer God IQ, power up the gun using Force Lightning and fire an overcharged shot to the Imperial Star Destroyer, cracking it in two. This earns us the trophy Crack in the Sky. As we make it back to the bridge, Kota informs us that we're losing the fight. The Alliance are unable to penetrate the planetary shield on Kamina. So Starkiller demands that Kota order a full-wide evacuation of the ship, as we intend to send the ship hurtling towards the planet's surface, as we are convinced the Planetials cannot handle a direct hit. We as the player must use the Force to push obstacles out of the way of the Salvation so it has a clear run at the planetary shields, and it wasn't long before we pierced the shield of Kamino and watched as this gigantic ship hurtled towards the cloning facility and caused immense amount of damage. We're now in the end game, the last level in the game. Yes, it's quite short. It's one of my many issues with this game. We must infiltrate the very facility that we escaped from at the beginning of the game, locate Juno and escape with her, taking down anyone in our way, including Vader himself. This part of the game is probably the most challenging, as waves upon waves of ATMTs, sniper troopers, jumper troopers and several other Imperial forces are attempting to stop us from entering the facility, and on top of that, these giant guns that look over the drill ground will shoot us at every opportunity. So naturally, we failed a couple of times, but did unlock the trophy Unleashed for activating Fury 10 times in the game, and that helped us to overcome the challenge and breach into the facility. And during this mission, we notice that Kota here is pinned down by some Imperial forces, so after helping him and his squad get out of the tricky situation, we catch up with Kota and earn the trophy Meeting of the Jedi. After separating from Kota and the Alliance forces, we make it through the facility, destroying Imperial forces in our way until we reach this room. The room is full of test tube-like pods with cloudy white fog obscuring the contents and a large door at the top. The mission is simple. We need to ascend this platforming section without falling or dying and reach the top, where I suspect Vader will be waiting. Luckily for us, we played plenty of Crash Bandicoot games in our time, so this was relatively easy. We made it to the top in no time at all, earning us the trophy Top of the World for making it to the top without falling. I'm probably showing my age a little bit here, but let me know in the comments below which is your favourite Crash Bandicoot game, and if this video reaches 2k views, I will platinum a Crash Bandicoot game. The next sequence does kill some of the momentum of the game, but we slowly make our way through this central chamber where silhouettes of figures, presumably clones of Starkiller, are being created.
Oh, hell!
Whilst navigating through this strange area, Vader uses the Force to torment us till we come face to face with him. This is where the final boss fight begins. This fight, whilst not as grand as the original, was still a lot of fun and forced us to use many of the skills we've learned throughout the game to overcome him. One of the most interesting elements about this game is that Vader uses his Force powers and births a small army of clones of Starkillers to fight against us.
I'm in danger!
None of them are as developed as our character though, but they did possess some lightsaber skills and some Force powers. Luckily for us, this wasn't our first rodeo against Vader, and we used the mind control ability to turn them all against Vader. So now it was me and an army of clones against him. As we ascend the platform, defeating every challenge that Vader throws at us, I earn the trophy Passive Aggressive for parrying and countering 10 times in the game. We've reached the top and find Juno. Juno is being choked by Darth Vader and tells us to give up, otherwise she dies. Starkiller gives up and drops his lightsaber, admitting defeat, begging Vader to release her. As Juno is dropped to the ground, Vader starts barking orders at Starkiller, but before he could finish, Juno grabs one of Starkiller's lightsabers and launches herself at Vader, forcing him to react by blasting her through a nearby window to her death. This enrages Starkiller and the final fight begins. The fight between you and Vader isn't particularly hard, especially when you take advantage of the electrical pylons that are creating a barrier for you and Vader inside. After a short fight, we defeat Vader. Then our only morality decision presents itself to us. Do we kill Vader and receive the bad ending, or do we give him mercy and receive the good ending and leave him to the Alliance to deal with? As with all my games, and as you guys can know now, I choose a good ending for my first playthrough and earn the trophies A Measure of Mercy for beating the game with the good ending, Jedi Master, Jedi Knight and Padawan for beating the game on the second hardest difficulty. And then we receive this cutscene.
I let you live. You tell me I'm a clone, but I chose to spare you. Maybe Kota's right. Maybe this is all a trick, a way to get me so confused that I'd forget who I really am and become your slave again. But either way, I let you live. I've finally broken your hold over me.
As the credits roll, we review our progress towards this platinum. And at this stage, we had 25 trophies remaining. 17 miscellaneous trophies, 5 related to the combat challenges, 2 related to beating the game again, and 1 related to collectibles. Before starting New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty, we decided to take a break from the story and tackle the combat challenges. These are 10 challenges for the player that serve as an extended tutorial, but also a challenge where you can put all your skills to the test. Most of these challenges involve completing a certain task, a certain combat move, defeating a certain number of enemies within a certain period of time, and you get graded on your score, platinum being the highest. The first challenge involved us completing every combat move in the game. Each completion extends the timer until all possible moves are completed. After beating the first challenge, we earn our first of 5 related trophies, Challenger, for beating 1 challenge and earning a bronze score. I attempted to beat every challenge within the first try, and the trophy Competitor for earning a silver medal on 5 challenges, Hat Trick for earning a gold on 3 challenges, Platinum for earning a platinum score on at least 1 challenge, and Rookie for completing all 10 challenges and earning at least a bronze. One of the trophies demands that we get at least a gold on every challenge. Now, as we went back and tried to get the champion trophy, there was at least 2 challenges that were a pain in my ass. First one, and this platforming one. After several hours and a lot of rage, I earned the trophy Champion. Now it's time to take on the Unleashed difficulty and earn that bad ending. Lucky for us, all the stats and all the cosmetics and all the holocrons we'd found in our first playthrough carried over into the second one, so it actually made this a lot easier. On the first level, on the first sequence, there is a trophy that you can earn for destroying 12 pylons during the freefall, and this trophy is called the Jan Stack Ross Trophy of Excellence. Whilst making our way through the first level, we also earned the trophy Oh yeah? Oh yeah? For completing every combat move available, and Lucky Streak for defeating 300 enemies without dying. I still don't know how I didn't get that earlier. The next trophy to pop for us was Imperial Paintball, which is obtained when you launch 10 enemies into these generators and watch them fly away. It's pretty funny actually. During the next mission, we earned 3 miscellaneous trophies. Firstly, Pied Piper for coercing 10 stormtroopers to leap to their deaths using the mind control ability. Secondly, we earned the trophy Valet for throwing Vader's starship at an enemy, and Strike for using this large ball in the casino section to kill 3 enemies.
Nice car.
Our next trophy was earned on the Salvation ship. During the Imperial attack, we must destroy all the coolant tanks here without dying, and earn the trophy Master of Disaster. During this mission, I actually located one of the 2 remaining holocrons I missed on my first run, and this one is actually located on the other side of the main auxiliary guard. Before we started the final mission, we had a look at what XP we had, and after upgrading every ability, we earned the trophy Maxed Out. Now we're ready to take on the final mission. As we returned to Kamino, we located the last holocron, hidden out of sight on these walkways over here where the snipers perch over and shoot you. After jumping on some of the debris from the Salvation, we collect that holocron and earn the trophy Holocron Collector. And now we have all the lightsaber customizations and all of the costumes to use. During the numerous times I struggled, we actually earned one of the miscellaneous trophies, which was called No Match for a Good Blaster at Your Side Kit. This trophy is earned when you get 10 enemies killed by the giant turbo laser guns in the drill grounds. After 2 hours, we finally reach Vader and kick his ass, and we choose the bad ending now. And for our viewing pleasure, this is what happened next.
I lied when I told you the cloning process had not been perfected. You have faced your final test.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Take his starfighter
This ending earned us the trophies Betrayed by Rage and Jedi Grand Master. That's 3 of the phases completed. At this point we had 7 trophies remaining, including the elusive Platinum trophy. The first one involved using the carbonate droids to freeze 10 enemies using its freeze gun. After we did this, we earned the trophy Shattered, and the next one was quite easy, but just to make it easier, we dropped the difficulty down to Apprentice so we could really feel what Anakin felt like when he was at the Jedi Temple.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
After beating the first level, we earned the trophy Use the Force Luke for defeating a level in the game only using Force powers. The next trophy we received was Poor Bob, and this is probably my favourite trophy in the game. This one involved force gripping an enemy, Stormtrooper, impaling him with one of your lightsabers, electrocuting him with the Force Lightning, and then launching him into an object. The next miscellaneous trophy is a bit of a pain, not only because we have to fight the Gora again, which is a bit of a slog despite being overpowered, but also because during this mission, in order to get the trophy stay on target, you must reach the Gora during the freefall without being hit by any debris. Luckily, if you spam circle a number of times and keep your wits about you, you are able to earn the trophy stay on target. The next miscellaneous trophy is one of the most unmissable trophies in the game. This one involves destroying all the Terra bomb droids in this section of the Salvation. However, it seems much easier than it is because these bomb droids blend so well into the environment that you have to look quite hard to find them all. So it took me about 5 minutes to find the last one, but after doing it, I earned the trophy Jedi Bomb Squad. The next and the final miscellaneous trophy before the elusive Platinum was called Amplified, but what it involves is you killing 10 stormtroopers using the lightning towers on the Return to Kamino mission. What you need to do is draw a group of stormtroopers close to these towers here and then use your Force Lightning the tower, which then overpowers the tower and causes it to attack nearby enemies. After repeating that a couple of times, we earn the trophy Amplified and then quickly followed by the Platinum trophy. Overall, here are my thoughts on the game. I think that this game is one of the biggest disappointments in Star Wars video game history.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Overall, I do agree with the criticisms that most critics and fans have for the game on its original release. Whilst I love the improvements to the graphics, combat and Jedi abilities, the boss battles were bigger, not really for the better though, and I feel like this game was rushed. You technically only visit 3 locations. The game hints at Yoda and Boba Fett, but in the PS3 version you don't actually see them at all, and there are more plot holes than a factory of Swiss cheese. Like, how did you screw this game up so badly? First game was brilliant, absolutely loved it. There was this story that made sense. The rebellion, you felt like you were a Jedi. It was difficult. This felt like a massive cash grab, and I'm so annoyed. Let me know in the comments below what was your favourite Star Wars game so I can get the bitter taste of this sequel out of my mouth as quick as possible. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other games that we platinumed on the channel, including Infamous, the first Star Wars game, and Assassin's Creed 2. Come and join us every Wednesday and Sunday from 10 PM UK time as these platinums are earned live. As always, have a fantastic day guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.